A chapter in the history of the FBI, Secret Agent Jack Levine versus J. Edgar Hoover, is a book chronicling the career of Jack Levine.
Here to share his story is author Jack Levine. Good morning.
Good morning.
So what motivated you to write this book?
Well, I wanted everyone to know the history of the FBI under J. Edgar Hoover. He exerted a tremendous influence on the activities of the Bureau, as you could imagine, and he was not altogether with the goal of the Bureau's agents. He was very, very over-demanding, very disciplinary, very cruel sometimes in his conduct towards the agents when he felt they were making a mistake or had made a mistake. And so his punishments were very, very severe. So as a result, the Bureau's agents had a total separation from Hoover and the Bureau's headquarters because they didn't want to do anything that had any risk of anything going wrong and suffer the consequences of Hoover's wrath.
I'm sure there are a lot of people watching at home right now who can sympathize with you with their bosses and how they may oversee their work. But what were some of the policies or interference mechanisms that Hoover put in place that made it difficult for the agents?
Okay. Well, Hoover, in his disciplinary policies, made it very difficult for the agents to act assertively or creatively because of the fear of making a mistake. Mm-hmm. So this was a very intimidating feature, and it prevented the agents from taking any assertive action sometimes when action was needed.
What was the catalyst for you when you decided I'm going to be an FBI agent, and how long were you with the Bureau?
Well, the catalyst was that I had the most dull and boring job you could ever imagine.
Everyone thinks it's all guns and action and sliding over the hoods of cars, but it's not. Administrative work?
Yes. I was a lawyer. I had recently been admitted to practice law in New York, and I was in the legal department at the Port of New York Authority in their construction contracts division. And every morning the engineering department would come in and drop a load of documents, a foot tall on my desk, engineering blueprints and drawings and things like that. And I had to go through all those documents page by page to be sure that they met legal requirements. And so and among the plans that I initially approved was the World Trade Center, the New York World Trade Center, and the lower deck on the George Washington Bridge.
Incredible.
And so I was so disturbed by the boredom of the job that I was having recurring nightmares. I was dreaming that the lower deck on the George Washington Bridge had collapsed, and they were blaming me because I had approved the plans.
Wow.
And so I said to myself, I've got to look for a really interesting, exciting job. And my thoughts turned back to my law school days when the FBI used to come around and post notices on the bulletin boards in an effort to create new agent applicants. And so I said to myself, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to join the FBI, and so I did.
So you're there for obviously a while, long enough to write a fascinating book. Since the FBI, what did you do after leaving the FBI?
Well, I was interviewed for a job in the organized crime section at the Department of Justice in Washington. And during the interview, I was very critical of J. Edgar Hoover and his policies. And at the end of the interview, the people in the Justice Department asked me to prepare a detailed written report about the things that I discussed. So I went back and spent 3 weeks back home in New York writing this report. And before I even finished it, Hoover found out about it, because I completely forgot to tell them at the Justice Department that he had all their telephones tapped.
Oh.
And so agent friends of mine were calling me and telling me they thought my life was seriously in danger, because they told me agents in the past who had angered Hoover to the extent that I had ended up having unfortunate accidents.
Wow.
So to protect myself, I decided to go public with my criticisms of Hoover. I figured that if anything happened to me, they'd know who to look for, and that would be some protection against Hoover doing anything bad against me.
Incredible.
And so I was in the
Yeah.
Bureau from September of 1960 to August of 1961, only 11 months.
Long enough, though. Long enough. This
Long
sounds
enough to
fascinating.
see all of that was going on.
Right.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. You've got an incredible story. So if you want to check out the book or to order your own copy of the book, you can do so at Amazon.com.